Well, hello there. So I know that Lady Hazel has been just as excited as I have about this part of the card that we read yesterday about creativity versus production. So let's talk more about this. So I looked it up online. I wanted to get more inspired about what the differences were, and I think it's brilliant and amazing. And I really want your input on this. So let me know what as you hear this or whatever part you catch of this, I would love for you to let me know what you take from this. So divine feminine has been on my mind and it's something that I'm like, I have that. But it's so sneaky to be productive and that goes away and it moves differently at a different speed, at a different pace. There's different angles when it comes to being productive. And I think creativity comes from inspiration, chaos, emotions. And so if you're feeling burnt out, I think Lara posted that somewhere, or if you're feeling like like you're chomping at something that you can't quite grasp, I'm going to break it down a little bit. So, productivity is linear. Even if it's a project, like I'm working on a lot of two self-study ideas. That's a lie. I think it's more like four, but there's two that are reaching the finish line. And it's following a clock. There's due dates, there's to-do lists, which Mindy calls to-da lists, which is more exciting. So it's not wildly creative. My creativity came on paper when I keep $20. When I was writing the course, when I was writing the book, it came with pink pens, colored markers, but plugging it in comes with technology, dates, scheduling, you know, um, the right writing, stuff like that. And so divine feminine honors, take notes, it's so good, rhythm, um, menstruation, your seasonal feelings, and it blooms like in your creativity, not on command. Not like, oh, I have an hour, let me work on this. Creativity is like, you're fucking inspired right now. Bitch, stop what you're doing and follow that energy. That's creativity. Productivity is like 5 o'clock. I'm going to go do this video. And it's a container to bring your creativity forward, but it's actually production. So I have here my list of like different phases. So my menstrual cycle started May 31st. So from May 31st to June 4th, I'm honoring that it's time to rest, nourish myself with iron rich foods, great time for solitude, intuitive, blah, blah, blah. The next is my follicular phase, and we all have this. And that's when energy starts rising. So, this is not how to be productive. It's how to plug into my creativity when it's most natural. So if I started using productivity mindset when I was in my menstrual phase, it would have felt hard. It would have felt pushy. It would have felt boring and annoying. So here's another difference productivity is outcome oriented. Here's where it gets tricky. When I am building a headpiece for someone by a certain time, is it creative? The concept is, but the productivity of it is not. It does use creative juices, but it is productive. Creativity, here it is, I'll say it in a better way. Productivity is outcome oriented. Type this in. Creativity is presence oriented. Now, I make art fast. It keeps my energy flowing. I can't even help it. So if I'm just making it, it's joyful, it's amazing, it's fun. When I have to make something for someone, I'm going to get money for it, whether it's a journal or a headpiece. It takes the fulfilling feeling out of it because it is date oriented. There's a certain time and a place I need it for. So if I have nothing to make it for, like I have another headpiece that I'm just making for fun, and actually I'm having a harder time getting started. It's not harder. Let me fix that. I'm waiting for the inspiration to get started. And you know what? Sometimes I'm inspired at night. Usually I'm inspired at night. So the enchanted woman, right? The enchantress does not force shit to get done. The part of me that wants to produce and has to get things done at a certain time, I welcome that part of me, but that is not divine feminine in charge. That is the linear part of me that's masculine, that holds the space, that sets up the time and the date, that invites the creative, that invites the divine feminine, but she is not leading. And it's so good to get so minutia focused on this so you know what's happening and you don't kid yourself that you're gonna feel fulfilled. Fulfillment comes from creativity. Production comes from producing things. So productivity is about managing time, energy, and output, right? When I do an enchanted expansion VIP day, I'm in the masculine. That is not the time for me to be fluid and joyful and creative. That's the time for me to be like, okay, we're doing great. Let's change outfits. And here's the inspiration. So that's why coaching and mentorship works, because it works for me too. When I'm holding both the creative space and like when I'm holding the creative space and the productive space, it's a lot. And it's not as much fun because I'm doing both. So when you're producing something, wouldn't it be nice to just do the creative piece and to have somebody say, okay, time's up, let's do this? And that's why I'm shying away from long term projects with people. And I love the VIP stuff more because it's like one day I'm the masculine, you're divine feminine. Let's rock this shit out. Productivity is masculine energy dominant, and creativity is a dance, therefore, it is feminine energy. So, productivity thrives on drive and focus and doing. But divine feminine, she adds the flow, the intuition, the feelings, the chaos. Oh, I'm rambling. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, this is like a mess. Yes, sister, it's supposed to be. And the masculine is like, just keep going. We'll put it together later. I hope you're fucking loving this as much as I am. Productivity will burn you out. Creativity will fill you up. Eat that like a fucking sandwich, everyone. It's so good. Anybody watching live? Let's see. No. Okay. Or at least I don't see you. So I want this thought to really permeate your consciousness because I want you to stop measuring your worth with how productive you are. Because if you're pushing productivity a lot, you're going to be burnt out. So even if you did a good job, you're not going to feel fulfilled. And I have felt that way. So when I get reminded of divine feminine energy, I'm like, "Oh, thank you." I've been taking a lot of yin yoga classes and my productive side is like, "What pose is next?" But my divine feminine is like, sink deeper into this." And even if you don't feel like it's working, that's the burnout speaking. Okay? Wow. Did you just see the balloons? I don't know what that happened. Okay. So I'm going to give you some ideas on how to check in with yourself. Here's the question. Am I doing enough? Like, write down that question and answer it genuinely and don't think too much. Your first answer is always the best answer. Celebrate. I'm low-key obsessed about those balloons. Okay. Second question. Am I expressing what's alive in me? Write that down. Sorry, I'm highly distractible by windows. Am I expressing what's alive in me? Write that down with a journal pen, or you could type it here. Those are the two questions. Your worth is not in the tasks that you're completing, it's in your truth, your touch, your spark, your sparkle, your enchantment. And if you don't feel your enchantment, if you don't feel your fulfillment, and you don't even know what that feels like, I suggest that you show up on June 25th at 7 p.m. We're going to be live on Zoom together. It's totally free. And it is me holding productivity space for your divine feminine. And if you get busy, if it's something you want to do and you get busy or you forget, that is you being burnt out. You're not even giving your divine feminine a chance. So let's stop asking ourselves, what did I produce today? How much did I get done? And instead ask, what enchanted me today? Like right now, I am so enchanted by all of the roses that line all of my fucking windows. It's out of control. And I hope that I take the right care of them so that they come back a second time. I want even more. That's what's enchanting me today. And what moved you? Like, what moved you to tears? I'll tell you what moved me to tears was I went to my congressional luncheon or breakfast at my synagogue, and they invited all of the graduates up. And whenever anybody is graduating anything and they come up, whether it's across the stage in their gown or just to stand up and represent that they're graduating, I get moved. My eyes fucking tear and I start to cry. Even thinking about it, it just touches me. And the another question is, you could choose them all or just one, depending who's in charge. What did you birth today? Even if nobody saw it. Did you birth a song? Did you birth a piece of art, a doodle as you were talking to somebody? Did you birth an idea? Did you take an action? And that is something you can put it in the comments. You can just write it for yourself, but really noticing, right? If we're using Parn method, noticing what moved you, what did you birth today? What enchanted you today? What amazed you? What did you let yourself sort of toy with? If you look at Angela, Dr. Angie in this group, she's been doing a doodle every day for like 3 years. So letting divine feminine enter your day could feel like you're fucking around. It could feel that you're goofing off. But please give it to yourself, because we are stopping that paradigm of the patriarchy, of the masculine that is produce, produce, produce. And don't get it confused. We're in this group, we're sensitive creatives. So we could I totally can get swept up. I do get swept up in productivity, feeling like, oh, I'm being creative, but then I'm tired, I'm cranky. Nope. Creativity is fulfilling and energizing. Productivity is linear and structured and will tire you out. I am loving this share today, and I welcome your feelings, thoughts on it in the comments or in your own video. Thanks for watching. Bye.